So coming down onto the back body. This morning's focus is trust the gut, often known as our second brain. So as we come down, whether you choose to elevate the heart space, bring yourself down. Maybe this morning, bring the feet wide and just let the knees rest on each other in a constructive rest pose. So here, just allowing the hips to be really heavy, the legs are light, supporting each other. There's a bit of a dip through the abdomen, a lift in the chest. If you're using that prop underneath the shoulders, take a moment to close down your eyes. Bringing your palms face down, fingers almost to the hip crease, forming a diamond shape across the low belly. So bringing those index fingers slightly together so that the hands kind of touch each other. Come into your breath. And just notice again with the elevation of the chest. As you bring the breath in through the nose, let it travel through the throat, open the chest, fill the lungs. And then let that air go nice and slow, right back out of the nose. So again, a deeper breath in through the nose, filling the chest and the ribs. And we call it our Buddha belly. As you exhale all the air out, this next time, see if you can bring the breath so deep into the low belly that you feel the hands separate, they widen away from each other. So take a full deep breath in through the nose. Fill the chest. Take that Buddha belly and notice how the hands separate just a bit. And on the exhale, the hands come back together as the belly settles. So let's take two more like that. Slow, deep Buddha belly breaths. Inhale through the nose. Feel the palms separate. And exhale slowly out of the nose. Fingers come back and join. Belly softens. One more time here. Inhale. And exhale. And then just bring your hands to your belly button. So where we're going to concentrate on this morning is about an inch or so above your belly button, the solar plexus. We know it as the third chakra in our yoga energy. And we're going to center our focus right there this morning. So maybe using your right finger pads, just make a nice circle through that area, a gentle massage with just a little bit of pressure. And as that palm moves in that circle, maybe you can almost feel the heat from that palm right onto the belly. And again, we use that phrase, trust the gut. That is that third chakra center, that place of intuition, that gut instinct to reverse your massage here. And it has, like that second brain, communication with your primary brain, sending all the information. And the gut is probably even smarter than the brain. It knows what's happening before the brain does. So this is a really important area to focus on and to be aware of. Heel toe the feet back to center and roll to one side. And remove whatever you're using underneath you. Oops, that doesn't hold it. And come back flat on your back and take a full body stretch here. So arms go overhead, legs long, toes point, fingers reach, reach, reach. And then bring yourself to a starfish position here. So the arms go off on a diagonal. We'll separate the legs to the corners of the mat and point the toes. And I want you to think starfish here. Imagine that starfish as it floats in the ocean. Everything comes from its core. From the center of the starfish, movement starts in the middle, and it just reaches out to each of the limbs. And we have 6 limbs here in our body. So take a moment, visualize your center, take the breath to that center, and then release the breath and release the body. Picking up that right hand, take that right hand to the inner right shoulder. Palm is down. Slide that palm across the chest, over to the left shoulder, and down the left arm, as far as you can go, and then just pause. So the right shoulder is coming off the mat. As you continue on towards your wrist, you're going to start turning onto your side body. Keep the legs separated and wide. Let that arm continue down towards the palm as you roll onto the side body. And just pause here. Take a breath. So again, we're beginning to stretch on a diagonal physically from the hip to the opposite shoulder. On an energy level, we're coming into the body. Slide that hand back now down that left arm across the heart space and open back up. So we're going to do that 2 more times, nice and slow. Pick up that right hand to the right shoulder. Slide it down across the collarbone space to the left inner shoulder. Down the arm to the left palm as you roll onto the side body. Stretching as far as you can with the top hand. And then slowly return back onto the back body, sliding the hand across the chest, opening back to the T. Last time on your own. Hand comes to the shoulder first, and you take it across. Empty out all the breath as you roll onto the side. Notice where you feel this. And then return right back to that open starfish position and pause. Taking a full breath. Again, bring your focus right to the center of your body. Moving to the other side, we'll take 3. Left hand lifts, left hand comes to the inner left shoulder, across the chest, over along that right arm. And as you travel, let yourself roll onto the right side body here. Again, that diagonal twist, that compression now through the digestive organs. And then slowly bring it back across the chest, good, and open 2 more times. Slide it across, roll to the side and reach. Return back, and across the chest, and 1 more time. Returning to that starfish position. Take a full breath. And then just beginning to activate that core center. Take a breath in, hug the belly in. And on the exhale, knees go wide and into the chest. Bring the arms up, curl in, head and shoulders off the mat. Inhale, send those knees wide, arms wide, return back to your starfish. 4 more times. Lift the knees, bend, roll it in, hug it in, lift the head and the shoulders. Return back, starfish. One more on your own. Lift those head and shoulders. Get that contraction in the belly. And then stand out. I have one more. And then on your last one, bring the knees in close, hug them into the chest, roll from one hip bone to the other hip bone. And maybe you roll all the way over to that outer thigh. Use the core to bring yourself back up to center and roll all the way to the outer thigh on the other side. Get core, use it to come back and just take a couple rolls. Takes a little bit of effort. You can nudge that elbow if you want to help propel you back up. See if you can really engage the power of the core here. And then return back to center. Your choice. Extend the legs up to the ceiling. Take the hands behind the knee crease. And we're just going to swing the legs down towards the mat as we pick up and roll along the spine. So it's easier with the legs long, I think, than to try and roll with the knees bent. You figure what feels good in your spine as you bring blood flow and circulation to the spine. And then we'll bring ourselves to a seat. So some mornings, depending on how you slept, hydration, the temperature, rolling on the spine just doesn't get it. And if that's the case this morning, just roll to your side, meet us in seated. If you've got your strap, we'll go right into a boat pose. If you don't have a strap, hands can come around the knees, hold them as you lift into a tabletop position. Always the option to drop the toes and just do one leg at a time. Or if you want to take the option with the strap, bring that strap right underneath the soft tissue under the arms. Make sure it's secure with the clasp. And then hug the feet in. And sit back on those sit bones, not the tailbone. We want to see if we can stay on the sit bones here. Extend the legs. Hands can hold on to the strap. See if you can draw the navel center in. Soften your breath and make it look easy. So a little bit of a smile. Good job, you guys. Good. Use your breath. Couple more breaths. If you have access to the end of that strap and you want to cinch it up just a little bit more to bring the legs a little higher. Again, this is a building pose, so you can start low, and as you continue to build the strength, and yoga is a practice, it just doesn't happen overnight, then you can begin to shorten the strap. So let's take hands free here if you can, maybe the arms up. Again, balance on those sit bones. And take a full deep breath here. And as you take that breath in, let it radiate all the way up the chest. The chest is nice and light. Let it roll down to that activated legs, your quads, your calves. And slowly take the exhale, hold the strap, drop the feet, and you can remove the strap. So let's roll over onto all fours. Couple cat-cows here to open up the front body. Nice passive back bend. The tailbone lifts. We feel that stretch from the pubis bone rolling all the way up the center of the front body, lifting the chest. Take a big breath in here. And then as you exhale, begin to tuck the chin and the tailbone and to round. Send the shoulders as high up as you can as you press into the palms. And then just take that float, one to the other. And returning now to a neutral table, we're going to move into a modified plank pose. So tuck the right toes under and send the left leg out to the side. Walk the hands back to that right leg and bring yourself up. Again, nice tall spine, tailbone reaching for the floor. Look down your knee and your heel, all in the same line. We're going to inhale, the arms up. We're going to reach. We're going to find some extension. And then very slowly, we're going to just drop the right hand down to the right, press into the palm, send the left arm to the ceiling. Hug the hips in. So now you've got the right hand, knee, and heel in line. Hips come in, top arm floats back, opening up the chest. Now take the breath right from your center. Big breath in, and release and let it go. Bring the top arm to a half bind behind the back, press into the hand, open up and rotate the chest towards the ceiling. And notice your breath here. Take a nice big deep breath. Gaze can be down at the floor if that's better for your neck. Taking a full breath. Press through that bottom palm. Bring yourself up. Lift the arms up to the ceiling. And then take that left hand to the outer left thigh. Roll it down the thigh as you take a nice lateral bend to the left. As you arrive here, notice that top elbow. Can you bring it back behind you or even level with the head? Reach for the fingers to the left. Big breath now, rolling through diagonally, almost in the front body. Both arms come up, reach it up. Circle the hands down to the mat. Draw in the left knee to meet the right. And take a cat and a cow. Neutral table. Left leg comes out to the side. Good. Finding that gate leg position. Walk the hands back towards that left knee. Inhale. Come up to kneel. Belly's in. Tailbone's down. Chest is open. Lift the arms. Find some extension. And then the same thing on this side, nice and slow. We're just going to drop that left arm down so the palm hits the mat. Look down to see that your heel and your knee and your left hand are in alignment, and draw the hips in. Very easy to keep those hips back. See if you can draw them in. Reaching the fingers towards the ceiling. Again, check out the neck. Look down just to release the neck. Look up if it serves you. Good, big breath, half bind here. Bend into that top arm, bring it right back behind you. Press in through the top of the hand, open the chest. Big breath. One more inhale. And exhale, release the bind, re-extend the arm. We're going to push off that bottom palm now to bring yourself up to kneel, and then arms lift right back up to the ceiling. Right hand comes down to the outer right thigh, slide it down towards the knee as you bring the left arm overhead, bicep by the ear, elbows back. Breath is flowing. Getting all this movement here right through our belly, our second brain, the intuitive part of our body. Reach the fingers, breathe into the side, and notice where you feel this. Nice. Arms come back up, float them up. Drop them down to the mat in front of you. Slide the right knee in, finding table. Take a cat and a cow. On your next breath in, walk the hands a handprint up, tuck the toes under, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Keep the knees bent initially so that you can lift the hips high to the ceiling. Then press into your palms, press them away from you, You send the hips back towards the back of the mat, gently lowering the heels any amount. Walking out your dog. Just make any movement here that feels good in your body. Keep pressing those palms away so that the chest lowers down towards your thighs. What's going on with the neck? Can you release that head? Maybe circle it, yes, no, nod. And then the cue is always look at your belly button. You're not going to see it, but it's going to allow that head to completely drop and you find some length right in the back of the neck. And taking a full breath. And let it go. On your inhale, bring the feet together at the back of the mat, big toes touching. Good, so just pause in your dog. Lift your right leg up to the ceiling. And then on your exhale, bend the knee, come forward into a plank. Knee taps right elbow. Nice and slow, press it back. Three-legged dog. Big inhale, and on the exhale, bend the knee to nose, nice and slow, core plank. Send it back. Three-legged dog, stretch and extend. Last one on this side, bend the knee, take it across the body, tap the left elbow, return, three-legged dog. Press those hands away to get the weight out of the wrist, and right foot meets the left. Pedal out your feet, take 2 breaths. Pausing now in stillness, feet together, left leg reaches high. Keep the shoulders square. Bend the knee, draw the knee to the left elbow as you flow into plank. Send it back, extend, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, draw it forward, knees to nose, core plank. Send it back and extend with the in-breath. And exhale, bend the knees. Knee finds right elbow. Press into the palms. Send it back. Three-legged dog. Left foot comes down. Knees gently lower. Find a child's pose. Untuck the toes, knees together. Arms beside the body, palms up. Head can rest on that blanket. Head can rest on a block, or head rest on the mat. So here you're containing all of your digestive organs resting on your thighs. Let them be heavy. Let the shoulders round in. Let the palms shine up. Take a few breaths here. And notice as you breathe here, much harder to find a Buddha belly. Here, we utilize the back body breath, the back of the lungs, inflating the back of the ribs. Taking a nice full deep breath. One more inhale and exhale. So as we slide the hands underneath the shoulders and we press our torso off the thighs, know that you're just releasing a lot of blood flow, a lot of circulation now back into the front of the body. Sit over onto one hip. Extend the legs out in front of you. If your low back is a little achy this morning, sit up on the edge of a blanket so that you've got a nice tilt in your pelvis. Take the legs out long, flex the toes wide, press the heels down and away. Inhale, we're going to lift the arms to the ceiling, and on the exhale, we're going to take a seated forward fold. Keep the back straight. Hands are going to land wherever they're going to land. It's perfect. Use the hands. Hold on to the shins, the thighs, the ankles, wherever you are. Draw the chest forward. And again, we're going to bring some compression from the low pelvis to the navel. Take a forward fold. Draw the belly in. Keep extending the spine long. The gaze can be past those flared toes. Full deep breath. Good. Releasing the hands gently, place them flat along your mat on the outside of those calves or ankles. Pause the breath, and then we're just going to slide the palms nice and slow. They're going to come past the calves, past the knees, through the thighs, pause at the hips. When you get to the hips, press into your palms to find length in your spine. We're going to continue on now. Slide the hands back towards the top of your mat as you come onto your forearms. Pause here. With your forearms, we're going to stretch from that pubic bone again, all the way through. Nice straight line down the center of the body, but we're also going to cross all the way over the chest. So press into the forearms, keep the fingers pressed down on your mat. Let the head fall back into that shelf, that upper trapezius. Open up the throat, open up the heart. Expand through the chest. And then slowly roll yourself down onto the back body. Draw the knees in with you to the chest. Take that rock from one side to the other. And then find that starfish again. Legs wide on a diagonal, arms off on a diagonal, squeeze the shoulder blades in. And here, utilize your breath. See if you can take your breath to the center, to the navel center. And on the exhale, see if you can just release all effort in the body. And just let that breath radiate from your center, from your gut center, from your place of intuition, your second brain. Let it radiate out through all the limbs of the body. Namaste, my friends.